City of Forest Park City Council meeting number 1450. Today is March 3rd. It is 7:20. We are going to start by standing and saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, starting with item number 1 on the agenda, which is the roll call. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Adams,
Present.
Brown,
Here.
Clark. Here. Harrison.
Here.
Holt.
Here.
Moore.
Here.
Sylvester.
Here. All right, all council members present. And moving on to item number 2 are the minutes. Have all council members received the minutes? Are there any changes or corrections to be made? All right, hearing none. Moving on to item number 3. And actually, I need a motion to amend. Is there a motion?
I would like a motion to amend the agenda and withdraw item C under new business, resolution number 07-2025.
All right, there's been a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
This resolution was added to the agenda prematurely and is not yet ready for vote.
Okay, thank you for that, Vice Mayor Holt, and welcome back stateside. All right, will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to amend?
Adams,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Harrison.
yes,
Holt.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Sylvester.
Yes.
All right, motion to amend passes, and we actually do not have any presentations. Moving on to item number 4, which is communications from the public. So this is the time for citizens to comment on matters before council or to ask questions of concern to them. So when recognized, please come forward to the podium, give your name and address, and then state your comments or questions. Council meetings are tape recorded for ease of transcription, and comments are limited to 5 minutes. So if anyone would like to speak, please come forward to the podium, and there should be a sign-in sheet up there available for you. All right, hearing none, we're going to move on to item number 5, which is reports from council members. And we are going to start with Councilmember Adams.
Thank you, Mayor. Hello, everyone. No, I do not have any beautification reports to make, but I would like to make mention that I had the opportunity to go to the legislative breakfast here at our Forest Park
Oh, yeah.
Public Library, and it was very nice. I was happy to be there. And I also had the opportunity to attend a workforce development breakfast for Hamilton County. Also, that was held at our beautiful library. So I'm happy to see that the library is getting a lot of youth and communities and organizations, providers and programs are starting to use it. So I'm very happy about that. Other than that, sir, I don't have anything else to report.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Adams. Do you have any work session items?
Sir, I'd like to revisit the police merit pay. I'm so sorry, I'm tongue-tied right now. But I'd like to be able to revisit that conversation. I know we talked about possibly doing it at our
About
last
salary.
work session. I wasn't able to talk about it, but a lot of that conversation from me is going to be about different grants that may be available. Want to talk about merit, want to talk a little bit about how do we retain our officers and how do we attract new ones. So just a little bit of that conversation.
I'm sorry, so the police discussion, I put the council stipend discussion. Okay, so,
And also, too, we can entertain the council stipend discussion as we do need to kind of solidify what we're going to do in that as well.
okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you for that, Councilmember. All right, moving on to Councilmember Clark.
Hello and good evening, thank you. So Economic Development met last week. We had a great meeting. We had a mall update as well as our Economic Development Plan update. The meeting went quite well. We were very informed. In terms of environmental awareness, you all will see, councilors, that there is a resolution to move forward on this year's electric aggregation renewal. And I'll just say, since 2020, this program has been quite remarkable. Our residents have enjoyed a collective savings of $2.8 million, average household savings of about $750. And so that is, that is significant in my opinion. And remember that this electrical aggregation serves two purposes, right? In stabilizing the rate and also in reducing the rate. And so I do ask for support on that. And then lastly, I will just say, how about our Winton Woods Warriors girls? They won regionals. We are, you're excited. See, we are very excited. We've got several teams. You know what? That was stop.
Okay.
Yes. You're so welcome. So
right.
no, we're just very proud of our young folks. We've got several sporting groups that are just doing really, really well over here in Southwest Ohio. So please make sure you're going to their games and these championships and supporting them as well. And we hope to see them as we congratulate them too.
Oops. All right. Thank you for that, Councilmember Clark. I'll put that in a second. Do you have any work session items to add?
I do not. I did neglect to mention our next environmental awareness meeting, which is always open to the public, is Tuesday, March 18th, 7 p.m. We'll be here in the chambers, or not in chambers, but up in our conference room.
Okay. Thank you. Moving on to Councilmember Harrison.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to recognize the fact that March is Women's History Month, so I'd like to thank those women who made great contributions not only to the city of Forest Park, but to our great nation. Also, yes, Councilmember Clark, I echo those sentiments about our women's basketball team. I know the other day I was at the old library and saw last time I guess the team from this area was 1984.
That was the best year.
Yeah, it was. So congratulations to Coach and everybody at Winton Woods, and hopefully I'll be able to make the finals in a couple of weeks. I'm going to speak into existence. Also, too, I know I had some residents ask about potholes, so just be mindful that please call the city if you see any potholes or anything like that. Just make sure that we get those taken care of. You don't want anything to happen to your car, especially when the weather's starting to expand. And that is all I have right now. I know civil service will be meeting again soon. I know the past couple of meetings it'll be next week. Okay, so we'll be meeting next week. So if there are any residents who are interested in different boards or commissions, please get your applications in so we can get you interviewed. And that's all I have right now, sir.
All right. Thank you for that, Councilmember Harrison. Do you have any work session items to add?
Not at this time, no.
All right. Thank you. Moving on to First Vice Mayor Holt.
Hi, everybody. I was just wondering if, it's not a report, it's a question. If there have been several sightings of coyotes in the city. And somebody posted a picture of a huge one last week. So and a friend of mine, one actually got her dog. So is there any way that, besides going online or something that we can let people know you need to keep your pets secure because, I don't think we can control the coyotes.
We've had at least 3 complaints over the last week.
Yeah.
2 weeks about them. And so we're going to put them in all of our upcoming literature that we put out and just remind people to watch their dogs and make sure they're not really out there unattended, particularly the smaller ones.
Right.
And, but yeah, there's not anything we really can do about them. We have had 3 of them that I know of called me, talked about them getting their dogs.
Yeah.
So this is a good opportunity to tell the public to, make sure you don't let your dogs out unattended and be careful and keep an eye on them.
Yeah, perhaps there is something that we can look into to, some remedies to keep people out or make sure the fence stays locked or just some sort of notification in our newsletter. Because that is, you're right, that is, especially the small dogs, they can get taken by those larger coyotes. All right.
Okay, that's it for me, and I do not have anything to add for
Right.
work session.
Thank you for that. Vice Mayor, and moving on to second Vice Mayor, Dr. Moore.
Thank you. I do not have a report at this time, but I do have a question regarding the marquee. Do we have a deadline or a time frame when the marquee will be ready for our citizens?
I can give you that. I'll get that for you. It's coming up early April.
Okay.
Excuse me, early spring. So I think it's pretty much on the way.
Okay,
So I don't want to give you an exact date, but I'll have that available
Okay.
at the next meeting.
all right, thank you.
Or I'll give you all a call.
And do you have any work session items to add, Dr. Moore?
No, I do not, thank you.
All right, then moving on to Councilmember Sylvester.
Yes, Mayor, and good evening to Forest Park residents. Just to comment that we did have a nice showing this past weekend with our summer youth fair. I know Councilwoman Clark spoke on that. And as we move forward with advancing into our youth programs, if any residents have any questions or concerns, or they want to come and address personally to the Park and Rec, we'll have a meeting this Wednesday at 6:30. We have it every month, first Wednesday of the month. So if anyone have any concerns or questions, if they want to get some more clarity on it, you're welcome to come out and to come to our meeting and address any of your concerns. I know we have our youth baseball program, but I know that there's some active additional Forest Park programs that are taken on the way. So we're looking into getting more information and trying to get a reference with the ones that are officiating the activity of the program, so we can have a better communication and a partnering, because the main thing is to help advance our youth and to give them opportunity to kind of deal with one sport versus the other, so they can get a comfortable feel of what they really enjoy and what they really like to play. So that's another area that we'll be following up on. But other than that, congratulations to our Whitten Woods girls. They had a great year, and we wish them more success. So it's a great thing for the city of Forest Park and along with our district. So.
All right. Thank you for that, Councilmember Sylvester. And do you have any work session items to add?
No work session items, sir.
All right, thank you. That concludes item number 5, reports from council members. Moving on to item number 6, which is the mayor's report. So I do have a brief report. I did, as I mentioned in the public hearing, drive over to look at the dividing wall between the city of Springdale and then the Cincinnati Mall. And we did make comments about potential additional vegetation and extending the retaining wall or building like a larger concrete wall. I do want council members to think about that, but our planning director is going to make that consideration. But I just wanted to let people know, I know we've heard about it extensively a bit, but I did want to let people know that wall is almost, I mean, it's really non-existent. It's really a fence. Large portions of it are down. So I just wanted to make mention that I did see that firsthand. Secondly, I went to the library and I attended the local black filmmakers for Black History Month, and we thank our library and branch manager Sean Davison for always reaching out and partnering with different organizations. But over 70 people were in attendance to watch 4 different films by local black filmmakers, and it was actually very popular. It was well attended. People seemed to have a really good time, and the library system actually is set that up and orchestrated it to have it at the Forest Park branch. And I just thought that was very nice of them to do. And I was just really excited to see residents excited about watching a movie at the library as if it was, them going to the theater themselves. But I thought it was just really nice. And we just thank the library for their continued partnership. And with that, that concludes my report, and I do not have any work session items to add. Well, actually, I'll scratch that. There is one work session item that I would like to add. I want to do a discussion as it relates to the hate organization demonstration that happened right outside of the village of Lincoln Heights, coming from the village of Evendale, because our thoughts do go out to both villages dealing with this in this horrible situation. But I want to have a conversation about it as a council, because there is a resolution that I have drafted to make sure that similar circumstances cannot happen in Forest Park. And with that, that concludes my report. Moving on to item number 7, which is the city manager's report. We're going to hear from Mr. Don Jones.
Good evening, everyone. I'll make it short and sweet, and want to remind everyone that our park rentals are now starting effective March 1st. Reservations are online only. Check the city website for more information. So if you're looking to reserve a park or a shelter this summer, now's the time to get those reservations in, and parks will be opening April 1st. Again, congratulations to the Lady Warriors for 2025 regional champions. Their next game is March 9th. That'll be Sunday against Big Walnut. Not sure where that's at, but also let's not forget about the men's team as well, or the boys' team. Winton Woods Warriors boys basketball team on becoming the district champions with an overall record of 22-2 and 15-1 in the league. They'll continue in the playoffs against Lima Central this Wednesday, the March 5th. I remind everyone as well, it's tax season. No one wants to hear that, but the tax department hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4 p.m. The tax office is closed on Wednesday for training up through April. And then, of course, come April, they'll be open a lot more hours, and we'll have weekend hours as well. So get those taxes filed. Come on in if you need help. We'll be more than happy to work with you and get them filed. You can just drop them off here at City Hall. You can use our online filing tool, so there's all kinds of ways you can get your taxes into the city, and we hope everyone does that and gets it done on time. And that if you have any issues, give us a call. We'll be glad to help you. We did hold the second annual summer fair for youth this past Saturday. It's a great turnout, many local vendors, and they're filling up their spots. So it's a great turnout, and we look forward to moving those programs forward. Next Tuesday, March 11th, is 11:30. The Senior Center members are having lunch and playing Name That Tune. It's sponsored by Oak Street Health. And the reason I mention that is I want to remind everyone to get out there. If you're eligible, come on out and join the Senior Center. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of people there, and we're still running this year. If you're the proper age, come on down, and we will, entry is free this year. So you got to have a membership, though. So come on down, sign up, and we're still waiving the membership fees this year. We're still using the grant proceeds to do that. It was tremendously successful, and it really has quadrupled the participation at our senior center. Also want to let people know that basically just put a word out here. We are doing, we're in the middle of our economic development planning stages, and we will be putting more information out about this to the public, but we're looking for anybody who wants to volunteer to be a part of the listening sessions and give us their feedback. And so there will be multiple sessions, but we're looking to register people to make sure, and actually invite them to the meeting. So if you're interested in that, we'll have more information on that online, and submit your name or submit someone else's name that you think might be someone that we might want to contact and get their information on the economic development in over the next 10 to 20 years here in the city of Forest Park. Also, I'm also putting out the word. Again, we have more information online about this, but we are going to be closing on the old library here shortly. So we'll be taking possession of that, and we'll be looking for good ideas to use that building. We're having a space study done right now, a facility study as well, and we'll have some ideas for that. But one of the things that we've talked about is maybe trying to form a theater group or a local group that could do plays and so forth if we created the facility or the place to have it. So we'll have more information. I'm just looking for some ground roots information, ground roots. People coming up, yes. If anybody's interested in maybe being a part of forming that type of an organization here in the city, we're gonna have some preliminary discussions. So again, we'll have some information online, and please give us your names, your phone numbers. We'll let you know more about it. And it may be great, it may not. Who knows? But it's something that I know there's a lot of talent here in the city of Forest Park, and a lot of other communities have local theater groups that they own it themselves, they run it themselves, they do all their own planning and everything, but we need somebody to kind of help and get it started if it's something that we think we can do. So again, keep your eyes out for that online. We'll be putting some information out as well on our social media. So if anybody has any questions, I'll be glad to answer. That concludes my report.
All right, thank you for that, Don. Any questions for our city manager? All right, moving on to item number 8, which is other reports. And we are going to start with our law director, Mr. John Wyckoff.
Thank you. I was getting harassed over here. Since our previous meeting, last week I attended a staff meeting here regarding, our continuing housing code violations. And as a result of that meeting, I investigated the possibility of sending our more serious offenders downtown to the Hamilton County Housing Court. Right now, that presiding judge is Bernie Bouchard. And I've given some information. I don't know if you opened it yet.
I saw it.
Mr. Manager, okay. So I've provided the information of how we can access that if necessary to get somebody's attention. Also, I assisted Ms. Tomlinson on a draft of an ordinance regarding the question that you probably discussed in work session, salaries of council and mayor, after doing research on that and trying to determine how we're guided by our charter on that particular issue. And then I did a final review of the mutual aid agreement with Fairfield and Springdale.
Okay.
Other than that, I have nothing else to report. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you for that, John. Does anyone have any questions for our law director?
The mutual aid agreement, please forgive me if for not knowing possibly, but is that for the ambulance and
This was the police
fire?
department.
Police department, okay.
Yeah, I was working with the chief of police on this particular issue.
Okay. Can you expound a little bit more? I think I understand exactly what mutual aid is, but can you just give me a brief?
It literally is aid to each other on a mutual basis.
Okay.
So if there's an emergency in Forest Park, then we, we have an agreement for other departments to come into our jurisdiction.
Wonderful.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be permitted in our jurisdiction. So.
Thank you. That's helpful for the other discussion I would like to have during work session, so thank you very much.
All right, moving on to our other report from our clerk of council, Mr. Kia Bailey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to report that ordinance number 01-2025, as well as resolution numbers 05-2025 through 08-2025 was posted as required, and that concludes my report.
All right, thank you for that, Ms. Bailey. Moving on to item number 9, which is unfinished business and general orders, and I need a motion to suspend.
I'd like a motion to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read for the second time by title only, ordinance number 01-2025.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
This order was posted 6 days prior to the meeting.
All right, thank you for that, Vice Mayor Holt. Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to suspend?
Brown,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Sylvester,
Yes.
Adams.
Yes.
All right, motion to suspend passes 7-0. Will the clerk please read ordinance number 01-2025 by title only?
Ordinance number 01-2025, an ordinance approving a zone change from PB Planned Business to IP Industrial Park for 49.927 acres of land located north of I-275, east of Winton Road, and bounded by the city limits of Springdale to the east and Fairfield to the north.
Thank you for that, Ms. Bailey. I move to adopt ordinance number 01-2025.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. As the title suggests, this is about what we just had the public hearing on to rezone 49 acres of the Cincinnati Mall from commercial to industrial park. This has been a discussion for probably 3 years now. So with that, I would urge adoption. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Clark,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Holt,
No.
Moore,
Yes.
Sylvester,
Yes.
Adams,
No.
Brown.
Yes. All right. Ordinance number 01-2025 passes 5-2. All right, moving on to new business, and I need another motion to suspend.
Motion to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read for the first time by title only resolution numbers 05-2025 through 08-2025.
Been,
I need a second.
yeah, is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
Just that these resolutions were posted 6 days prior to this meeting.
Thank you for that, Councilmember Clark. Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to suspend?
Harrison.
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Sylvester.
Yes.
Adams.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
All right, motion to suspend passes 7-0. Will the clerk please read resolution number 05-2025 by title only?
Resolution number 05-2025, delegating authority to make declarations of official intent and allocations with respect to reimbursements of temporary advances during fiscal year 2025 made for capital improvements and acquisitions for municipal purposes to be made from subsequent borrowings.
Thank you for that, Ms. Bailey. Is there a motion, Councilmember Sylvester?
Yes, I move to adopt resolution number 05-2025.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
Yes, this resolution is a declaration of official intent to reimburse any capital expenditures paid prior to the issuance of the obligations intended to fund such capital expenditures.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Sylvester, will the clerk please call the roll on the motion?
Holt.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Sylvester.
Yes.
Adams.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
All right, resolution number 05-2025 passes 7-0. Will the clerk please read resolution number 06-2025 by title only?
Resolution number 06-2025, amending the resolution setting rates for pay for civil and non-civil service employees.
All right, thank you, Ms. Bailey. Is there a motion, Councilmember Sylvester?
Yes, I move to adopt resolution number 06-2025.
Second.
It has been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
Yes, this resolution is to change the title of Economic Development Manager. This is with our old resolution, or salary resolution, to the new Assistant Economic Development Director.
All right, thank you for that, Councilmember Sylvester. Will the clerk call the roll on the motion to adopt?
Moore.
Yes.
Sylvester.
Yes.
Adams.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Clark. Harrison.
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
All right, resolution number 06-2025 passes 7-0. Resolution number 7 was withdrawn, so we're going to move on to resolution number 08. Will the clerk please read that by title only?
Resolution number 08-2025, a resolution to authorize the city manager to enter into an electric aggregation agreement with an electric supplier recommended by Energy Alliances, Inc., the community's energy aggregation consultant, and authorizing the city manager to enter into subsequent agreements with regard to this program to stabilize and reduce costs as needed.
Thank you for that, Ms. Bailey. Is there a motion, First Vice Mayor Holt?
I move for adoption of resolution number 08-2025.
Second.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
In 2019, Forest Park residents approved an energy aggregation program, and since 2020, the city has entered into 2 electric aggregation contracts with Constellation and Energy Harbors. With the Energy Harbor contract ended in May 2025, the city and its consultant, Energy Alliance, Inc., are seeking new bids, with 2 energy suppliers responded and awaiting additional information from Duke Energy to potentially improve pricing. And with that, I urge adoption of resolution number 2025.
Thank you for that, First Vice Mayor. Will the clerk please call the roll on the motion?
Sylvester.
Yes.
Adams.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Harrison.
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
All right, resolution number 08-2025 passes 7-0. And then there is one more. We need a motion, Councilmember Sylvester, Harrison.
Yes, sir. A motion to reappoint Mr. Stephen Cottle, Mr. Terrence Harrison, Ms. Diana Herbie, and Ms. Drew Jackson from Forest Park and to concur with the appointment of Ms. Diana Herbie as board chairperson to all Community Programming Board Regional Council Governments and the CPB Holdings, Inc. Board for the terms expiring 3/31/2028.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion?
None at this time.
All right, this can be a voice vote, so all those in favor, let it be known by the sound of voting aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, hearing none, motion passes 7-0. And that concludes all new business, and we're going to move to adjournment. So is there any other business to come before the body? Is there any other business to come before the body? Is there any other business to come before the body? Hearing none, this council meeting is adjourned.